Welcome back to another episode of Clash of Cultures. Today we're going to be giving our 2023 college football bold predictions. Obviously in this video, as you guys can see, my dad and I are going to give our bold predictions for the season. We're going to do 3 each for generalized bold predictions throughout the entire kind of country, I guess you'd say, the entire slate of college football. Then we're each going to give 1 prediction per Power 5 conference. But as always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like, comment down below what you guys think of our takes. Any other video ideas you guys have. You guys answer the questions that we may ask each other or the dialogue that we may have as well. And make sure you guys smash the subscribe button. We're going to be doing another giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, giving away another signed jersey. We already gave away a Charlie Ward jersey in the TCU video. So you guys make sure you check those preview videos out as well. And also, if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back, showing my dad and I some love. It's been growing kind of steadily over the last month or so, 500 or so subscribers. So it's been really fun pushing out this content, and you guys are having fun as well. Watching it, obviously. You guys keep coming back. So thank you guys so much. But before we get into the bold predictions, we're going to do something a little bit different today, Dad. So we're going to do a trivia before it starts. Just one question. I have it listed here just because it kind of ties into my first prediction.
So why are you taking dumps? You thinking about trivia?
Yo, this dude is crazy. All right. That's the reason why he's saying that is because before we started recording, I said I was taking a dump thinking about this. But that's crazy that you said that. All right. Anyways, So I have a trivia here. It leads into my first prediction. So after we kind of do the trivia, I'll do my first prediction. Okay. So can you name? So there's been 9. Obviously, last video. We just ranked the 9 champions from the college football playoff era. So there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's been 14 participants in the playoffs since the playoffs was enacted. So 14 different teams.
14 different teams.
Can you name the 14 teams?
Okay.
And I'll count as we go.
Okay, Oregon, Ohio State. Let me get some of the easy ones out of the way. Alabama.
So that's 3.
Florida State.
4.
Clemson.
5.
LSU.
6.
Georgia.
7.
TCU.
8. 6 more.
Okay, Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Ohio State. So I've named all the champions, I think.
Yeah, well, you've named more than the champions because there's only been 5 champions. So you've named 8 teams so far. So you have 6 more to go.
In Clemson.
You're missing some big schools.
Notre Dame.
Okay, so that's 9. So 5 more.
I forgot there. I'm missing some big schools.
You're missing a favorite for this year. There's a hint.
I don't think USC has been in.
Okay.
I don't. You said a favorite.
Do you want me to give you one or no?
No. Ohio State. Michigan's never been in the championship game. Are you just saying participants?
Just playoffs. Yeah, just the playoffs.
Oh! I thought you
Notre Dame has never been in the championship game, and you named them.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So
let me
10.
rewind back.
That's 10. So you're missing 4 teams.
Okay, hold on. I gotta go. People who have made the playoffs.
14 teams made the playoffs.
Shit.
So I'll name you
Cincinnati.
Okay, that's 11. 3 more. So I'll tell you who you named so far. Okay. You named Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oregon, Florida State, TCU, Michigan, LSU, Cincinnati, Notre Dame. So you're missing 3 more teams. I don't know if you're going to get one of these names. I don't know if you're going to get one. Because, I even forgot. This is the one team that I forgot made it.
Oklahoma.
So you have 2 more.
2 more. Woo!
2 more. They're kind of tough ones.
Both of them are tough?
I would say both of them are tough. And I watch college football every year for the last 15 seasons. And I think they're pretty tough. Fans down below are going to, think that you're stupid for not knowing. But when you think of the top of your head, you're not going to know off the top of your head. You have to sit really and think about it. And obviously, you didn't know I was going to do this until 30 seconds ago.
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead. Give me the last 2.
Washington.
Oh, yeah.
And Michigan State.
I don't remember Michigan State.
Michigan State lost 38-0 against Alabama.
Okay. All right.
So that was like a quick little trivia. Down below in the comment section. Let me know if you guys knew all those without cheating.
Y'all get on here and say y'all knew them all. You a damn lie. Don't get on here and get the lying.
All right. Anyways. So that leads me into my first bold prediction of the year. So I believe that this year we're going to crown a new college football champion. And when I say new, obviously anybody who's other than Georgia is a new champion. But I mean, when I say new, I mean new as in they've never won the playoff ever. And I think it's going to be USC. So that's my bold prediction. I mean, we talked earlier before. I said Michigan's my favorite. If either one of those teams win it, it's technically a new champion. But I went with USC here. So that's my first bold prediction is that USC is going to be the sixth team. So Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, LSU, Ohio State have won it. And I think they're going to be the sixth team. So what is your first bold prediction?
Yeah, so with my first bold prediction, I think the writing has been on the wall. I've given a couple of predictions, I guess you would say, as you watch the team videos. This one is if you kind of watched our playoff prediction, you can probably predict this. But my first bold prediction is I think Georgia finishes outside of the top 10 this year.
The top 10?
Yeah, I think they're going to lose more than one game.
Crazy.
Out of the top 10.
Remember, crazy.
Outside of the top 10. Remember I said it.
That sounds crazy. Outside of the top 10 is insane. But my second bold prediction, I wouldn't say it's really a homer pick because he doesn't play for Clemson anymore. But my bold prediction is DJ Uiagalelei at Oregon State now will have a dominant season in the Pac-12. I'm in a new look environment. Have roughly 3,000 to 3,500 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, and less than 10 picks. So I would say that's my bold prediction. I mean, the reason Oregon State fans or even Clemson fans may think that's not a bold prediction, but I think it is based off what he showed. What sample size we show of him as a full starter. I mean, and then replacing by a true freshman. So I would say having those kind of numbers would be a good season for him.
So wait, what numbers do you have again? I just need to make sure we get this down.
Between 3,000 and 3,500 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, and less than 10 picks.
And less than 10 picks.
So 30 touchdowns and then 10 picks or less. Or I'll say 9 picks or less. We'll say 9 picks or less.
Okay.
That's my bold prediction for DJU.
All right, so obviously my second bold prediction is also a homer prediction. It may be more of a want than a actual requirement. But my second bold prediction is that Kyle McCord is going to have a better season than CJ Stroud had last year. So CJ Stroud last year threw for about 3,700 yards, 41 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I think Kyle McCord is going to best him. I think he'll be close in touchdowns, but I think he'll best him in yards. I think he'll go upwards of 4,000 yards this season. Again, just having better numbers than CJ Stroud had in his last season.
Okay. So my third prediction, this one might be like the most far-fetched one.
Okay.
But I believe it could happen if used correctly. And those of you guys who watch my Alabama preview, y'all already know where I'm getting at with this.
My goodness.
I'm not an Alabama fan. I'm a Clemson fan. I don't like Alabama. But my third bold prediction for the overall grand scheme of college football is Jalen Milroe will take a hold of the Alabama offense and have a Lamar Jackson type season and win the Heisman. That is my bold prediction. Listen, y'all listen up, man. I know talent when I see it. I'm not an Alabama fan. That man Jalen Milroe is special. Give him the keys to the Lamborghini and let him drive it, man. I'm telling you, he can have a Lamar Jackson type season. He has the same play style. I was reading some articles. They say he runs like Adrian Peterson. He's a quarterback, man. Just let him run the ball. If I'm telling you, if I'm the head coach, we're running quarterback power every play. Every play, boy. Every play. That's my bold prediction is he has a Lamar Jackson type season and he wins the Heisman.
My third bold prediction is very simple. It's that and again, writing on the wall for this, Pac-12 has 3 Heisman candidates, 3 quarterbacks that go to New York from the Pac-12. Again, I think we've kind of talked about writing on the wall. I think Caleb gets there. Like I said, I think Bo Nix will probably be there, and I think Penix can be there. I don't know that one conference has had 3 quarterbacks from the same conference get to New York. Yeah, I don't think a single conference has ever had that. I think the Pac-12 will get 3 quarterbacks. And again, even in saying that, because I leave myself some room for DJ, for Ward up in Washington State, for Shador Sanders in Colorado, for what's the quarterback at Arizona,
Yeah, but Jalen
Delora.
Delore, they're not going to be good enough to go to the Heisman, though. Like, they're not going to be.
But I'm just saying, I mean, I think 3 quarterbacks from the Pac-12 will make it to New York.
All right. So what we'll do now is we'll each give our prediction for each conference. We'll go in alphabetical order.
Okay.
So we'll start with the ACC. Those of you guys who watched the Louisville video kind of know where I'm going with this one.
Oh my goodness.
My bold prediction for the ACC this year. Again, I am a Clemson fan, and I'm giving this prediction.
Okay.
Louisville will. I'm not saying I think. I think they will. This is going to happen. Louisville will steal a spot in the ACC championship game for either above Clemson or Florida State. Whether Louisville ends up playing Florida State or if they end up playing Clemson, I think whoever wins that game over Clemson, Florida State goes to the ACC title game, and I think Louisville meets them there. It meets the winner of that game. The reason why I say that Louisville doesn't play either of them schools, and I think they have a really easy schedule. Clemson has to play Notre Dame, so I think if Clemson loses to Florida State and Notre Dame, obviously they're 10-2 at that point. I think they're going to get in over them, and then I think if Florida State loses to Clemson, they still have to play Florida. Those of you guys who watched that preview, I have Florida beating Florida State, and I think that's because of a rivalry game. I think that could happen. So I do think my bold prediction, I do think that Louisville is going to get in the ACC title game over one of those teams. I can't tell you who it's going to be, but come November 5th, or not November 5th, I guess in late September, because I believe the Clemson Florida State game is in September. Whenever that game is done, I will tell you who's going to be playing Louisville in the ACC title game.
All right, my bold ACC prediction is simply that, and again, a lot of these we've alluded to. I've alluded to this as well. I think that Drake May statistically is going to be the fourth best quarterback in the ACC statistically. Now, again, I'm not talking about pro potential. I'm talking about his numbers. I think there are going to be 3 quarterbacks that have better stats than him.
So wait.
Yards, touchdowns.
So Jordan Travis.
Yep.
And who are the other 2?
I'm gonna give Cade. I think Cade is gonna come out and do his thing. Okay. I think and then I've left myself a room for a quarterback. But again, I think he's gonna finish 4th.
So who would you have at 3rd?
Well, there's a number of quarterbacks that it could be.
So Van Dyke,
it can be. I was about to say it could be Van Dyke. It can be. I think he's going to finish. I think his numbers are going to be way down this year, and I think he's going to finish. Like I said, the 4th best ACC quarterback statistically.
Alrighty,
4th sounded better.
Gotcha. So my Big Ten bold prediction for this year. Again, if you guys have been watching these previews. And actually, before this, if you haven't watched these previews, go watch those first. Come back to this because we're alluding to a lot of these points we're making based on those previews. But my Big Ten prediction is Nebraska will be in the Big Ten title game, and Matt Rule is going to turn this program around in one season. And when I say turn them around, I think they're going to be 9-3 or better. Those of you guys who saw my prediction, I had them 10-2, but I think they're going to be at least 9-3. And I think that gets them to the Big Ten title game. I don't think they win it based on who they play, but I still think that's a success for the Cornhuskers.
All right, my Big Ten prediction, and again, I've alluded to this. I think the national champion will be decided in the Ohio State-Michigan game. Whatever team wins that game, and remember, the Big Ten is not doing the 2 best records in the Big Ten championship game. So they're still in the East versus West one more season. They won't switch to the 2 best teams until next season. So the team that wins the Ohio State-Michigan game, I think wins the national championship. And the team that doesn't, I don't think will get in.
I can see that happening as well. Alrighty. My Big 12 prediction is Kansas State will repeat as conference champion. And the reason why I think this is a bold prediction, those of you guys who watch the preview, I want to say they had like a 2.5% to win the conference, which is crazy coming off of a conference championship type season. Well, not type season. They won the conference championship. And then you bring back your starting quarterback. Obviously, you lose a key piece in Deuce Vaughn. You lose some people on defense. But I still think they have the makeup to compete in the Big 12. I think the Big 12 is wide open. So just a 2% chance is really low to me. So my bold prediction is that they repeat as conference winners.
So my Big 12 prediction is that no team finishes with less than 2 losses, and no Big 12 team even comes close or is even in the playoff conversation this year, where we're in our last year of 4 teams in the playoffs. I think no team will be close. And I think the Big 12 is going to be, if one Power 5 conference is left out, I think it'll be the Big 12. Not because I think they have bad teams. I think they have a bunch of teams that are about the same, about as good as each other. And this year, they're going to beat up on each other a bit.
Okay, I'm going to let you do your Pac-12 one first. I'll let you do the last 2 first. I'll go second on these last 2. So you go ahead and do the Pac-12 first.
Yeah, so my what because you got something crazy for the Pac-12.
I got something crazy, and I got something crazy for the SEC. Okay. So I need to go second.
All right. So my Pac-12 prediction is, if one conference is to get 2 teams in, again, and this, I don't think this is bold. I think the Pac-12 is going to end the season with 1, both the most ranked teams, and 2, if one team is to get 2 teams into the playoffs. One conference, is to get 2 teams in the playoffs this year. It's going to come from the Pac-12.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so
here you're about to say something.
No, listen, I actually don't think this is that crazy of a prediction, but I would say it's bold. I don't think that the general consensus is going to agree with me. My Pac-12 prediction is that the Ducks will not be the best team in Oregon by the end of the year, and they will not make the conference title game. Okay. So the reason why I say that, obviously, Oregon State won the Civil War last year. I think they upgraded. If you're talking about talent, the quarterback position, they brought back a lot of other pieces. I think they're going to be really good this year. I think that game is going to be a toss-up, just like almost every other rivalry game in all of college football. I think it'll be a toss-up. USC has a gauntlet. They play Washington. They play all the other top quarterbacks in the conference. So I think they're going to drop a few games. Now this is going to be the first time I believe I contradicted myself, because I'm almost positive in my USC video I had them winning the conference, and I still think they're a favorite to win the conference. But I think
USC.
Yeah, I think USC is a favorite to win the conference, aren't they?
You just said USC is going to win a national championship.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying USC is the favorite to win the conference, right? And when I gave my bold prediction, I think USC or Michigan can do that. I just put USC in that position.
Gotcha.
As far as the 6th team. So I could take out and put Michigan there if I wanted to. I just think it's going to be a first team. That's the first team I thought of. But sorry, you made me lose my train of thought. But USC does play, like I said, a gauntlet of teams. And even though I did think that they're going to win the conference earlier in our predictions, a month and a half ago or whatever, now looking at the way that the conference makeup is, I think that Oregon State could edge them out. And I also think that Utah is going to be really good. I think Washington is going to be really good. I think UCLA is going to be pretty good. So I just think they're all going to beat up on each other, and I think they're going to end up missing the conference game. Now, I'm probably going to be wrong there. That's why it's a bold prediction. But then again, if they end up 8-4, then I look like a genius. So what is your SEC bold prediction?
So my SEC bowl prediction, writing's been on the wall for this for a little while. Again, if you kind of watch the videos, you will hear. I do not believe that either Alabama or Georgia will be in the SEC championship game this year. It gets no bolder. Bolder than that.
So you have LSU and Tennessee.
Yes, LSU and Tennessee.
Okay. I'm going to one up here. Listen, I'm going to one up here. Now, I'm going to stay away from the SEC East. I think it's a 2-headed race between Georgia and Tennessee. I like to see Tennessee get in with Joe Milton. Those of you guys who watched the Heisman video as well as the Tennessee preview, I'm very high on Joe Milton. I think he's going to have a great season. He's going to, turn some people around. But the SEC West, a Mississippi school will represent the SEC West in the title game. I think Ole Miss or Mississippi State can do it. The reason being, we talked about Alabama having some question marks around the quarterback position. They replace some offensive defense corners, whatever the case may be. They're going to look a little bit different. The LSU game is going to be good. think the Auburn game, like I said, with all these other rivalry games, that game's going to be good. The Iron Bowl is always a good game.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ole Miss has to play those teams. Mississippi State has to play those teams. I'm not saying I'm not keying in on one or the other, Mississippi State or Ole Miss, but I think the SEC West, I think there's going to be a lot of 9-3, 10-2 type teams towards the end of the year. And I think depending on head-to-head and how that shakes out, I think we're going to have a Mississippi school in the SEC title game, and I think they're going to get stomped by whoever they play against. Tennessee or Georgia.
You believe in them, but don't believe in them.
Because I feel like it's just a little bit different. I think this is their first year where the SEC East is, I wouldn't say stronger because they're more top heavy.
Yeah, because to me, when you look at the East, you're really
just
talking
Tennessee
about
and Georgia.
Two teams.
But I think Tennessee and Georgia are better than any two teams in the West, and that's just my opinion. Some people may think LSU is better than both of them. Some people think Alabama. Good. Yeah, but I would favor LSU. I would favor Georgia and Tennessee over anybody in the West right now. So that's why I think anybody who comes out of the West are going to lose them. But I think if it was Alabama and LSU, I just think coaching and stuff like that is going to be able to compete a little bit higher. But I think if Mississippi State and Ole Miss made it to the conference game against one of those two teams, it would be a wash. But that's my bold prediction: is a Mississippi school is going to get into the SEC title game.
That's crazy.
Those of you guys who stuck around this far, about a 20-minute or so video, make sure you guys comment down below what you guys think of our takes. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of hate for the Georgia. I'm going to get a lot of hate for probably half my takes, which is fine. That's what it's all about. Fans of teams, give us your predictions. Give us your bold predictions, bold takes, hot takes, whatever you want to call them. And always, like I said, share to your friends. Make sure you guys share to everybody you guys know, anybody who's college football fans, anything like that. Subscribe. It's been super fun. Like I said, we have another giveaway coming out, 1,000 subscribers. About 350 or so to go. We're going to keep doing these previews, keep doing these kind of predictions throughout the season. So keep rocking with us. But we will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.